Alright, welcome to another edition of Ark Survival Ascended with Psoto Desperado. This is the second one so far. And I just thought I'd show you guys where I log into. I log into Supreme Gaming, the island. We're on the island. It's a PvE. Doesn't have a lot of people on it now, but that's good. Let me go ahead and log in. I hope. So this thing has a lot of mods to it. I'm not using all the mods. You know, there's some stuff you would have to purchase and download to make everything work. But oh, I hate this thing. Stop it. I hate this thing. No, stop it. I hate this thing. Okay, so I'm back at my base. Let's see, I think I did Gamma 6. There we go. I should do Gamma 5. Let me try Gamma 5. How about Gamma 4? Alright, Gamma 4 is fine, I guess. I just wish it was brighter. I have all the graphics set to low because we had nothing but trouble with it last time. So anyway, I left off trying to go out and get enough chitin or keratin to make a saddle for my piece of shit bird here. He was a level 40, or she was a level 40. And I'm going to try to get my weight on there. And that'll help me to create more stuff. You can, you hop off and then you get stuff and then you do all that. Let me go scout outside first to make sure there's nothing out here fucking with me, because I keep hearing stuff. Okay, so it's just that. Alright, so I do have some videos lined up. I'll go ahead and park this one and try to keep it off the radar, away from the hole. And I'm going to take one of the low-level raptors out. Pick this one. But I'm going to go ahead and let's see, I'll put it all in here. I'm going to leave those tools here. Take this other stuff with me. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Oops, sorry. I'm sorry. Almost poked my cat in the eye. I forgot that. Hold on. 1 second. You okay? What's wrong, brother? What's wrong, brother? You okay? What's wrong? You're fine. It's okay. You got scared? You freaked me out. It's okay, mamas. It's okay. Poor mamas. It's okay. Not that bad. Could be worse. It's okay. Alright, enough of the crazy thing. Let's get back to the game. All right, sorry about that. One of my cats came in. Unfortunately, something broke. I still have to fix it. So, anyway, they got kind of scared and I got kind of freaked out a little bit. So I'm going to take the minimum with me. And this guy has that. Has melee damage. And so I'm going to go try to see if I can get some chitin. There we go. Alright, so for this, yeah, those lizards don't give you any chitin, so it's kind of dumb. It's going to take a while to find stuff like that. Let me go ahead and get the video started. Last time I did this, it came out okay. So I got first up, Survival Lily. Last time she made a video saying that, you know, they were holding them accountable for their speech. They don't have free speech in the UE. You can't just say whatever you want. So those regals, those royals over there like to punish the shit out of them. Throw them in jail for saying, you know, shit on the internet. The EU becoming a police state step by step. You know, I saw her way back when she was doing survival videos and shit. Anyway, this is Survival Lily.
My name is Lily, and today I want to talk about the European Union trying to take total control over the surveillance of its citizens. So every country has the digital ID. Here in Austria we have the digital ID Austria, and the government wants you to download this ID on your smartphone, and a lot of people have done so already, but still the majority hasn't done so. And now they try to push in the digital identity. So how are they doing it? Well, first of all, they try it with incentives. So here in Austria, for example, the incentive program for downloading the digital identity is this one here. This is a project which is called Smile Together. So what is this project about? You will get 100 euros in 2024 if you go to the dentist, and the requirement for getting the 100 euros is that you have to download the SVS Go app, and to get the SVS Go app you have to download the Digital Identity Austria. So first you have to download the digital ID, and then you have to download the other app for the social welfare organization. So now what's the big problem with the Digital Identity Austria? What is the problem? Why should you not download it? Or what's the risks of downloading it? Well, first of all, older people often do not have a smartphone, so they get discriminated because they cannot download the app. Then also what's a problem is that if you refuse to download the digital identity, then you cannot participate. They can say, now you have to get the digital identity for every service, and if you don't have a digital identity, then you don't get any service. So that's a big problem. And I believe the biggest problem is surveillance and privacy. So here I have an excerpt of some lawyers in Austria who also say that this is very critical, what's happening here. And they are basically saying that if you are using the Digital ID Austria, you are leaving a so-called digital footprint. This can of course be tracked by both official authorities and, in the case of data security problems, by criminals. The collection and merging of data when used by banks or when traveling is not necessarily in the interest of citizens. So this digital ID is a real problem. Most people don't realize it yet. If you get it, the government will know exactly where you're going, when you're getting up to work, in which store you're going. Together with CBDCs, they know what you're buying and so on. And I don't like this. I don't want to be treated like a criminal. Okay, so here in Austria, if there's a criminal doing something bad, then the police can go to a judge and get permission for surveillance. And that's a good thing, that's okay. But I'm not a criminal. I do not even have a criminal record. So why does the government want to surveil the law-abiding citizen? It makes no sense. The only logical conclusion is that they want to have complete control and they want to know every move of the citizens, everything they are doing, everything they are saying, recorded by your own smartphone. So I believe that this is really dangerous and this makes people transparent. And people say, hey, this is a conspiracy theory, but it's not. And it's already happening in China, where all of the citizens are made completely transparent with digital IDs, CBDCs, and face recognition. Now, personally, I cannot do something against this law now as a citizen. So how can I react to the total control of the government? How can I evade the surveillance, the tracking from my smartphone? So actually what I've gotten now is a Faraday bag for my smartphone. This one is by the company Go Dark, and it's made by a fabric which is EMP proof, and if you put your smartphone into this bag, then it will block all of the EMF radiation, radio frequencies, Wi-Fi, and you just need to fold this over here 2 times, close it like this, and now my phone has gone dark and nobody can track me, nobody can say where I was and where I'm going. And I think that's really awesome. That's a really nice bag by Go Dark, and it has good quality. And at the inside you can see this special fabric, the Faraday fabric. And also on the inside it has this really nice felt, so your smartphone doesn't get scratched. So really, really great product. I will link the website to Go Dark bags into the description of this video. They have different sizes. What they also have sent me is one of their bigger bags. This is really big. This fits a medium-sized laptop. And this is actually also watertight. So you can submerge this bag in water down to 1 meter for 30 minutes, I believe. So it's not 100% waterproof, but it's watertight, and that's great. So if you get into rain, this will protect your electronics. So this here is my small laptop that I have for traveling. I only use this once a year. And for most of the time I wrap it in aluminum foil and then I put it in a cupboard. But as you can see here, the aluminum foil sometimes gets holes. So this protection would be insufficient. So now I take this small laptop, put it inside. And then you want to close it properly by wrapping the end several times over. So now no EMF, EMP can come at the inside. So this is it. You even have a strap to carry it. And that's nice. That's really awesome. So now I can finally protect this small laptop professionally against EMPs and CMEs from the sun. So now in future, when I'm leaving my home, I will put my phone inside of this bag here and then go shopping or do my business. And I will only use the phone and take it out of this EMP-proof bag if I need it. And very often when I'm going shopping, I don't need it, okay? So I don't think it's anybody's business whether it's Google on my phone or other apps on my phone, or whether it's the government or the European Union where I'm going and what I'm doing. It's none of their business. So yeah, pretty awesome. Go Dark bags, blocking Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, very important, cellular, EMF and EMP. Now for the GPS, I want to bring another story which is really concerning. I want to bring you this story here, which is about the ISA, the Intelligent Speed Assistance System, which is now mandatory in new cars starting from July 2024. So basically the system is helping you to keep the speed limit and to stay under the speed limit. So if you are speeding, this ISA system is going to hit the brake for you. Now, the Federal Statistical Office in 2018 has calculated that about half of the fatal accidents on roads are caused by inappropriate speed. Now, this ISA system is working together with a GPS in your car. And if you're going too fast, let's say 60 instead of 50, the ISA is going to hit the brake for you. This is actually dangerous because sometimes the driver has to go faster than the speed limit in case he wants to evade an accident or in case he wants to, I don't know, sometimes you have to go faster, right? Or just hit the gas pedal in case there's danger behind you. So there are cases when this brake assistant can be dangerous. And this is why you can turn off the ISA system. You can turn it off, okay? So here they are saying the driver can easily switch off the ISA. However, the system must be automatically reactivated when the vehicle started. So basically everyone is going to shut off the system because nobody wants the car to do strange braking maneuvers, which are dangerous. But what they're not saying here is that the GPS cannot be switched off. So basically what they want is, they want to install the GPS in your car. That's what's important to them. It's not the ISA, which you can switch off.
Baby.
It's the GPS. They want to have a GPS in every car, like they have a GPS in every phone. What happens to the data? A black box will also be on board. But everyone who is afraid of the glass driver can relax. There will be no speeding tickets. So basically, they contradict themselves within one page here. First, they say they need a speeding system to prevent 61 deaths from speeding. But then they say you can turn it off and there will be no speeding tickets. Isn't this hypocrite? So it's not about this system here. It's about the GPS that they want to get into your car. They want to have the complete surveillance over your life and where your car is going. Wow, this is really concerning. So when will this ISA system be mandatory? The EU Commission has presented a very clear timetable. So from now on, the 7th of July 2024, this system will be mandatory in all of the new cars. The system is free for the first 7 years. Okay, but you're still going to pay for it because the car manufacturer is just going to raise the price. They are not going to take a loss because of the system. It is then, after the 7 years, up to the manufacturer whether to charge a fee for the ISA system. Then you have to pay a fee. Wow. So you have this in your car and then you have to pay a fee, probably a yearly or monthly or quarterly fee, so that the government can surveil you. Is this crazy, guys? This is crazy. And all of this goes together with an email that I've gotten by a programmer working at an insurance company in Germany. But now let's take a look again at this email and read again what he said to me last year. You will be forced to buy a digital car. Otherwise you won't get insurance. These cars are online 24/7 in real time, in touch with the insurance, traffic authorities, remote maintenance, surveillance authorities. If your premium is not paid, you will no longer be able to start your car. So if you want to read all of this email, I will link the other video from last year down below and you can take a look at this very shocking email. Alright guys, so this is how the European Union and the governments, which are influenced by the World Economic Forum, are trying to take the control of surveillance of people, making people transparent, completely transparent. People who are not criminals, people who are law-abiding citizens are now being surveilled, and they are stepping up the game little by little so that people don't notice and so that people get used to it.
Yeah, but you're not
so
free
it's basically salami tactic what they are applying, and it's working great for them. And now also the question arises, how many people are going to voluntarily download a surveillance program that is paid with our tax money? Are you going to participate Let me know in the comment section below.
I'm not, because I'm an American. We already have that shit over here. They don't even ask us. They don't even let us know. We find out like way after the fact. They just do whatever the fuck they want, man. Been that way a long time. Okay. That was Survival Lily. I'm subscribed to her. She's always got a lot of insight, a lot of shit going on over there in Europe. She never used to be political or into this stuff. She was always like survivalism, you know, out there in the snow and shit. And now she's doing that. All right, random videos with JV. Let's see what we do here. Hey, JV.
Hi guys, it's me, JV, coming to you live today on this Thursday.
Oops, this is the reason I hate Facebook. There we go.
It is August 22nd, 2024. I just got back from the bank right now, and as I was waiting to use the ATM machine, I actually walked inside of the branch because I don't trust using the ATM machines outside anymore, considering how many thieves there are out there preying on people that are not paying attention of their surroundings. So I just go inside of the bank and I use the ATM machine there. And so as I was waiting to use the ATM, I noticed there was this employee that was helping the lady that was in front of me with a transaction that she wanted to do. And so they were talking back and forth, and I immediately distinguished that the guy, or that
That's
the
an
employee
Alpha
was
Raptor, but I might
not
be able
from
to
the U.S. He was from Great Britain. He was from England. And so I started talking to him, and I asked him, "Are you British?" And he said, "Yes, yes I am." "How did you know I was British?" And I told him, "Well, back in 2022, in the summer of 2022, I actually visited London for 1 week, and I was able to identify and distinguish very, very distinctly the British accent. So that's why I immediately got it. Whether it was, you know, he could have been from Wales, he could have been from Scotland, he could have been from Ireland, but I immediately noticed that he was British. And then he started talking to me and telling me this fascinating story that, and how he got here to the U.S. I didn't ask him, he just started rambling. Not rambling, but he started telling me the story of how, when he was living in London, he actually met an American girl that went to London for vacation. She went out there and spent some time vacationing in London. They actually met with one another. They met each other. They probably exchanged information. And then she came back to the U.S. He stayed over in London. And for a brief moment, he was telling me that for a brief moment they had a long-distance relationship. She was living here, he was living there. Eventually, she basically told him that she was willing to move to London so that they would be together, so that they would be able to see each other. And but apparently he told him that, or he told her that instead he wanted to come to California and pay a visit to California to see how the standard of living here was. Well, he did indeed do that. He came to California. He spent some time here. And he was telling me that he fell so much in love with the weather in California. The contrast between the weather here and the weather in London is so stark that he decided to file his marriage paperwork, and he proposed to her, and they got married. And he was telling me that he hasn't been back to London since, meaning he hasn't been back to London to live. I'm pretty sure he's been back there to visit or to finish some business that he needed to finish before coming back to California for good. So I thought that was a fascinating story. I thought it was a love story. You know, it was a love story between two birds that fell in love on a trip to London, and she captivated him so much that she basically made him come to California, and they got married here, and now they're living happily ever after. Anyway, that's not the but I digress. That's not the reason I wanted to make this video. I just wanted to talk about Facebook and how much I absolutely detest and despise Facebook, despite the fact that I do have an account right now. And the reason I have an account with Facebook is because I use Facebook Marketplace to sell items there. I've been doing that for about 3.5 years. The conversion rate is very high for me selling items there. Every time I post something, I probably sell it about 75 to 80% of the time. So it's a good place to actually sell items for a reasonable price. People are willing to actually buy it from you. And that's the only reason why I have Facebook. I mean, I haven't been there to socialize probably in about 4 years. I don't know how the platform has evolved. I don't know how the platform has changed as far as new features on the platform. Are people still socializing there? Are they still updating their status, letting the world know that they're about to eat some sushi at some fancy Japanese restaurant in some exotic place in the world? I don't know if people are doing that. I don't know if people are still being misled by the misinformation that's taking place regarding news outlets. Are people still, getting their news from Facebook? I don't know. I have no idea. I just go in, post my stuff, and get out, and then I just open my messenger, and I start seeing the comments of people that are interested in buying my stuff come in. But to me, Facebook is a cancer, man. It's a terrible platform. I remember back in 2000, and about 10 or 12 years ago, I was absolutely infatuated with Facebook. I was obsessed with the platform. I couldn't get off of it. I would constantly log in just to see who was updating their status updates. And one of the things also that made me, for instance, delete my Facebook page and then I opened another one like 6 years ago, is the fact that my mom and my dad's side of the family, they actually have pretty big families, and the people that I had there as friends, quote unquote friends, the majority of them were from my dad's side of the family, and some of those folks could be pretty nosy. They like to find out how you're living, what you're doing, some of the most intimate parts of your life. They want to find out everything. And the place to actually find out about it back then, it was Facebook. And so what I did is I basically deleted the account. I opened a new one in which I didn't have any family members anymore. Nobody really knew who I was. And to this day, nobody really knows who I am. And all I do is just basically use it for Facebook, for Marketplace. I hate everything about Meta, man. I hate Facebook. I hate Instagram, even though I've never had an Instagram account. I unfortunately, because I have some connections and some not family members, but friends that live abroad outside of the U.S., I actually use WhatsApp as a means of communication with people. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't even have WhatsApp either. I tried to peddle the other comparable app, Viber, which is basically the same thing as WhatsApp, but it's not as popular as WhatsApp, so people are more comfortable using that platform for communication rather than Viber. But man, I absolutely hated everything about Facebook. I don't even know why I opened it way back then, about 14, 15 years ago, when I started using Facebook. All I did was waste my time. It was a time waster. They collected all of your personal information, all of your personal data without your consent. you didn't even know what they were using it for, making a lot of money off of it, and you weren't even getting a penny for your information. Plus, I would always get into arguments with people about sports, which was pretty stupid on my part and very petty and insignificant topics of discussion in which we would get into serious arguments. I mean, I don't understand why I used Facebook, to be honest with you. And you know, I'm a pretty big sports fan, not as big of a sports fan as I was when I was younger, but I still do follow the sports. And back then I created a couple of groups, and I would get into arguments, and it was just a pain in the you-know-what to administer the groups. That was total waste of time. So I don't know if you guys are still using Facebook. I don't know what's the value aside from, in my opinion, in my case, selling items on Marketplace. Do people still use Facebook, I wonder? Has it gone in the direction of MySpace? I don't know if you guys are, some of you may not even know what MySpace is.
I mean,
that was such a long time ago. That was probably like 19 years ago, 20 years ago, that MySpace came about before even Facebook launched, what, in 2004, 2005? I don't even remember. But I really, really don't like Facebook, to tell you the truth. Despite the fact that I use it for Marketplace, yes, despite the fact that I've made some money selling items there, I still think that the platform overall is just a complete waste of time. But anyway, just wanted to make this very quick video, and I wanted to share the story of the British man who fell in love with the American lady, and they got married and they became happily ever after. What an amazing story, isn't it? Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching my video. I will see you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.
Huh. Well, my relatives suck. They never really wanted anything to do with me. Everybody in my family's been selfish, stubborn, and stupid. So I don't really have any reason for Facebook. On Facebook, the only reason I ever use Facebook is, like, I used to belong to certain clubs that would have a Facebook page, and they tell you when the next meeting is. There's a friend of mine who got a club together that's singles, gamers, and people like that. And he just gets them together to see a movie, and he tries to play host, even though he doesn't have any money for that sort of thing. It's way expensive to play host. But we all meet up and just hook up and say hello, and that's it. I really don't have any interest in people's lives anymore after the hell I've lived in this world. I mean, this whole world and reality is spoiled for me, but you know, other people may use it for that. I post some shit now and again online, but that's it. You know, that was a short video, 11 minutes. Yeah, that was Random Videos with JV. This is the reason I hate Facebook. Yeah, well, I don't hate it. It's a tool. I don't see it as anything more than that. But some people are so into fucking Facebook, man. This is a new one here. Virtuous Woman, 1969. Women growing old, single, struggling with rent. Alright, let's see what's going on.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to talk about half of renters in the United States have found themselves paying more than they can afford following years of surging rents. So let's talk about it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share the video. It's free. Median rent is still $300 higher than the same time in 2019, before the pandemic. That's a 22% increase, and people have been feeling it. In some places, rents aren't dropping at all. Rent is just increasing at a slower pace. Still, even if rents aren't dropping like a rock, they aren't expected to be skyrocketing in the same way this year. This may come as some relief to the 22.4 million households who, according to Harvard University's Joint Center for Housing Studies, pay more than a third of their income in rent. Paying anything above the standard 30% threshold is commonly considered a cost burden. What's more, 12 million of those renters are severely cost burdened, which means they are spending more than half their income on housing. The report reveals several disturbing records, including the record high number of renters in housing they cannot afford, and a record high number of people who are homeless. Rental conditions are softening, but affordability conditions are worse than ever before. Following changes in housing needs during the pandemic and an already existing low supply of multifamily housing in some markets, rents surged in 2021 and 2022. Rent growth peaked at a record-breaking 15% annually in the first quarter of 2022 before starting to slow. By the end of 2023, rents were growing by just 0.4% annually. Even cities with the most intractable rents are seeing some cooling. In November, rents dropped in Manhattan for the first time in 27 months. The median rent fell to $4,000, down 4.6% from October, and down 2.3% from the year before, according to a report. We're seeing supply and demand switch places in real time, an online rental marketplace. Pandemic-fueled migrations have slowed just as new multifamily buildings are coming online in many markets. Multifamily building has been booming at a pace not seen in decades. About 436,000 multifamily units were completed in the third quarter of last year on a seasonally adjusted basis, which was the highest level since 1988 and up about a third from pre-pandemic levels, according to the Harvard report. And there are more in the pipeline. Builders are facing higher costs due to interest rates on their loans, material costs, and land costs, and are already pulling back on building. As a result, the National Association of Home Builders forecasts that multifamily construction will decrease by about 20% next year. While the increase in new construction and available apartments has been a boon to the market, there may not be new units coming at the same pace in the future. That's despite large demand from baby boomers and millennials, and also Gen Z aging into apartment renting. Without continued new supply in addition to enhanced rental support, the Harvard report concludes affordability will remain a critical concern for many renters. Half of all renters in the United States spend more than 30% of their income on rent and utilities, more than at any other time in history, according to a new report by Harvard's Joint Center for Housing Studies. The center's analysis of 2022 census data found that 22.4 million renter households are burdened, with a record 12.1 million spending more than half their income on housing. The surge in housing costs affects a wide swath of renters, from low-income households to higher earners. Middle-income renters earning from $30,000 to $74,999 saw the sharpest rise in cost burden since 2019, and a record number of Americans, 653,100, were homeless on a given night in January 2023, the report found. It was astounding to see, said Whitney Ergood-Abriki, a senior research associate at Harvard's Joint Center for Housing Studies. Really broadly, across the income spectrum, it was getting worse for everyone. Renters are still paying the financial consequences of the pandemic, when rents in cities across the country rose by double-digit % increases as Americans moved during a period of remote work. Even as the rental market cools, asking rents fell by almost 1% in 2023. They are still up 19% from the start of the pandemic, according to Apartment List. It's definitely worse than it's ever been, said C. Weaver, a campaign coordinator at Housing Justice for All in New York. Middle-class people, lower-middle-class people, working-class people, they cannot afford their rents. There is reason for optimism, at least in the short term. Vacancies are up, and 1 million new multifamily units are under construction, almost entirely rental, the most the country has seen in decades, according to the National Association of Home Builders. Dr. Ergood-Abriki described the change as a glimmer of hope. Scores of renters around the country revealed deep financial insecurity as their rents grew far faster than their income. Struggling with rising food costs, renters skipped meals, drove less to save gas money, or eliminated social activities. While some renters put basic expenses on their credit cards, others borrowed money from friends and family or tapped their retirement funds. While some renters were unemployed or relied on public assistance, most interviewed for this article held full-time jobs and held college degrees. For many, making ends meet feels like an impossible puzzle to solve. Will this ever end? Will it ever get better? Can I get out of this? Said Alex, who said she pays 49% of her $55,000 annual salary toward rent and utilities for a duplex in North Kingstown. It's gotten so bad. Should I eat, or should I worry about the heat getting turned off? She said she is behind in her utility bills and has abandoned any hobbies that cost money. Sometimes she skips meals. I'll make my daughter lunch, eat her dinner, and then I'll just not eat, said Alex. With a college degree and 11 years of military service, she finds her current situation baffling. I never thought that someone who took all these steps would be struggling so much, she said. Next month, her rent, now $1,950 a month, is going up another $150. In Manhattan, Margaret, a project associate at a healthcare technology company, said she spends 44% of her $64,350 annual salary on rent and utilities in a 2-bedroom apartment she shares with a roommate on the Upper East Side. Once, she didn't have money for a subway ride home from work and slipped onto the bus without paying instead. The stress takes an emotional toll. There are days when I can't get out of bed, she said. Margaret moved to New York from Wisconsin in 2022 and said she underestimated how expensive it would be to live in the city, wrongly assuming that she would have enough disposable income left over after paying her $2,350 monthly rent. My roommate and I will go and hang out with our friends or see a show, do New York things, she said. And I can't do my laundry because I don't have any cash. Even renters who spend less of their income on rent, like Wendy, 55, a nurse in Flagstaff, Arizona, feel the squeeze. In my mid-50s, I'm teaching myself how to camp so that I can take vacations, she said. A single mother with 2 sons, Wendy earns about $86,000 a year and pays $2,250 a month for a 3-bedroom townhouse. She is counting down the months until her younger son, a sophomore in high school, graduates, and she can leave Flagstaff. She is considering buying an RV and working as a traveling nurse. But for now, she said, we do without. $100 billion is an eye-popping figure, but inaction isn't a cost-saving measure. The University of Arizona Law School's Innovation for Justice program created a cost of eviction calculator that models how much it costs a community in increased emergency shelter, inpatient and emergency medical care, child welfare services, and juvenile delinquency for each person evicted. For the worst-case scenario of 23 million evictions, it calculates a nationwide, 1-year cost of $128.7 billion. Innovation for Justice Program Manager Mackenzie Pish says the model doesn't include the cost of increased mental health services or policing, so their calculation is likely on the low side. Homelessness is not natural, says Eviction Lab's Alieza Durana. It is a choice we are making as a society, and we can choose differently. We are a wealthy nation. We have the ability to support people in our community, especially when they fall on hard times. In the months since the House passed the HEROES Act, states and cities have continued piecing together or extending their own moratoriums, along with rent relief programs paid for by philanthropic dollars, CARES Act funding, and even state and local general funds. But those local and state programs have not been able to keep up with demand. Only the federal government has the resources to provide rental assistance at the scale it is needed, says Andrew Oren, NLIHC's Vice President for Research. Each day that Congress waits to enact emergency rental assistance puts more people with the lowest incomes at risk of evictions and homelessness. If Republicans refuse to make the sort of deep investments affordable housing, homeless, and rental industry advocates are calling for, the only question that remains is whether America's newly homeless will call their encampments Trump Towns or McConnellville. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, leave a like and a comment. And if it is your first time on the channel, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share the video. Until next time.
That's good stuff. All these little things that I'm getting, I could actually use. That's why it's good to be able to kill, like, even these are all low-level raptors. They're nothing fantastic, you know. But the bow, that's 222%. That's good. I can knock something out with that. Yeah. In fact, let's do that. Yeah. Cool. Gain 3 levels, huh? See, I need stamina because I need to be able to last. Let's see. Yeah, I'm looking for bugs. Normally I go to Cardinal Island, but I was just running around over there, and I lost my first pterodon over there. Fucking sucked. Did it die or what the hell? It is dead. Holy shit, it died. I didn't know it died. I thought it just got stuck in the rock. Anyway, so it sounds like an interesting video, but it's focusing on women sometimes. But at least that's what the title said. Now it's really talking in general, I think. Why are you doing that? Land on the ground there. Anyway, I only struggled with the rent until I had to move, but since I moved, the entire economy's gone into crap where people can't find jobs. There's a lot of problems out there, and there's nobody trying to resolve the issues. Everybody's giving, the government and business are just giving a bunch of bullshit, and everybody's complaining on YouTube about all these kinds of things. But it's like, what are you really going to do? You know? Those guys, they have chitin, but unfortunately, they are pretty vicious. I can't kill them. They're too vicious. Did I get any chitin? No, I didn't get any chitin out of that. That sucked. Turtles have chitin. That's a 56. I should be able to kill it. No. Damn it. Maybe I need an axe instead of that. Shit. I needed some chitin or something. The fuck is that? What the hell is that? Some sort of bird. I've never seen that before. That must be a new fandangle creature. Male Gigaraptor? Is that a Gigaraptor? Well, I ain't gonna lose this bird over that. Stay away from it. Remember, you do research before you take shit on, you know what I mean? I guess that I'll just keep using my spear. See what I can get. There's another one. If it's low level, I'll try to kill it. Yeah, it's 16. See there, I got 60 chitin. I used the pick thinking the pick would give me more, but no, the spear actually gives me more. That sucks though. Yeah, I need like 150 to make that RG saddle. The RG base level 40. It's just shit, but you know, it's better than nothing. Somebody's fucking. They're breeding Rexes there. Oh, let's get on to the next video. I forgot. I'm sorry. Oops. Alright. Everybody's struggling. I mean, that's the same story. I hear it all the time. I see it all the time. This guy, Realistic Being 99, I wonder if he was trained by Satanists. But, oh, look, he shaved his beard. Look at that. Anyway.
Today I wanted to talk about
superheroes are fake weaklings.
Superheroes are fake weaklings, and how just superheroes in general are an illusion, and there's no such thing as superheroes. So, if you watch Marvel or DC movies at all, and you ever see a superhero and you think they're a good person, just remember that they're a shitty person and that there's no good in them, because all superheroes are pussies at the end of the day. They never have the balls to kill anyone. Unless except Deadpool, you know, Deadpool actually has balls, unlike unlike basically every superhero, you know. It doesn't matter who you're talking about, you know, Spider-Man, Batman, Superman. They're all fucking pussies, and the only people that look up to them are stupid kids who are brainwashed into believing that that's what a real superhero is, you know. Those are not what real superheroes are, you know. Fucking men wearing tight pants and capes are not heroes, man. These people are fucking stupid retards, man. These people think that, I don't understand how people watch superhero movies and think that, oh, you know, people need heroes in their lives, bro. Like, nobody needs superheroes in their lives, man. Nobody needs role models. No one needs someone to look up to. No one needs superheroes to aspire to be like, because at the end of the day, superheroes are more flawed than most, you know, average people are. You know, superheroes have so many problems, and they all are such fucking idiots, and they all think they know about what a good moral code is, and they think they have good morals when really they don't. All they're doing is just being fucking cowards and letting crime keep happening, so they have an excuse to stop the crime and just boost their reputation. You know, that's all they do, you know. You think superheroes would be happy if crime was done? Hell no, man. They'd be like, wait, so now I can't get attention from people anymore? That's basically what they're doing, man. You think Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, you think these superheroes give a fuck about anyone? Hell no, man. The people that make these movies are just making them so they can brainwash little kids into thinking that that's the ideal type of man that you should want to be, and these are the types of morals you should want to have, when these movie makers are all fucking corrupt and they're trying to just brainwash people into believing in fake nonsense that's not real, you know. Superheroes are not fucking idiots who wear tight clothing and capes and pretend to save people and pretend they care, you know. These are not what superheroes are, man. Superheroes to me are more of, like, you know, mental health professionals and just people in general who actually do good in the world without trying to spread some fake message, you know. Like, you know, people who work at crisis hotlines, people who are therapists, psychologists, you know, these people these people have more of a reason to be called a superhero than these fucking pussies who wear tight clothing and capes and think that they're tough when they're not, man. I'm telling you right now, man, if I was to be a superhero, I'd be the best superhero ever, because I would actually not be afraid to kill people, and I would kill people often, because that's how you stop crime, man. You gotta not be afraid to kill. And I don't care who thinks that's sadistic. I mean, if you think that's sadistic, you're just a weak person who supports crime. You know, the best way to get rid of crime is to kill the criminal. And, you know, in general, a lot of criminals that you see, or at least, you know, like supervillains that you see in Marvel and DC movies, a lot of them in real life, if they did exist, people would not have a problem if they died. You know, no one's gonna miss them. Also, I agree with Martin Scorsese whenever he said that superhero movies are basically amusement park rides, and that is a good comparison, except unlike amusement park rides, superhero movies actually suck, you know. Amusement park rides are actually fun, and they actually have benefits to them, and they actually help us become stronger, and they help us become more happy. But yeah, I mean, superheroes don't do shit, man. You think superheroes make anybody's lives better? Hell no, man. These fucking movie producers and directors who think that they're making a difference in the world, like basically all the Avengers movies are fucking trash and don't mean anything. You know, Spider-Man is trash, Batman is trash, Superman is trash, Wolverine is trash. All of these superheroes are fucking trash, man. None of these have any relevance at all, and none of them have anything important to do with real life. There's nothing you can learn from watching superhero movies. Absolutely nothing. The only superhero movie I would say that actually is a masterpiece is The Dark Knight, and that's it. I've seen a lot of movies in my life. I've seen hundreds of movies, I'd say, easily. And the only superhero movie I've seen that I can say is genuinely a masterpiece is The Dark Knight. And that's mostly because of Heath Ledger, you know. Batman's a fucking pussy, so I don't give a fuck about him. But that portrayal of Joker is amazing and it will never be forgotten. And that's what I remember from superhero movies. Like, The Dark Knight is the only superhero movie that I will ever look at and say, this right here is a masterpiece, you know. Fuck Avengers, fuck Wolverine, fuck Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Flash. Fuck all these stupid superheroes that think they're tough when they're not. Superheroes are not tough, you know. The people that are tough are the people that have to deal with mental health problems and people who have suicidal tendencies. And these are the people that are actually strong because they're dealing with actual adversity, you know. Superheroes don't have any adversity. They just have to deal with people sucking their cocks all the time and worshiping them like these superheroes are legit the fucking devil himself, man. Like, people will legit get on their knees and bend over backwards for Marvel and DC characters, which I don't get, man. I see a bunch of fucking losers and retards in public who, you know, during certain superhero movies, like when Avengers came out, like for Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War, like I watched both those movies and I think both of them suck dick. And there were people there that were like legit dressed up in superhero costumes, and the whole time I was just thinking to myself, these people are low-life geeks who have nothing good in their lives and they're miserable and their lives are not worth living. And if I describe you, then you can go suck my dick because I don't give a fuck about your feelings, you know. These people are legit pathetic, man. These guys legit dress up in stupid costumes and think that, you know, they're like, oh, I get to be like my favorite superhero. Like, bro, you need to go home and jack off, bro. Like, you need to do something productive with yourself, man. You know, quit wasting money on stupid bullshit that is just gonna make you look like a fucking geek and a clown, bro. Like, how is anyone supposed to look at people who dress in superhero costumes and think, yeah, this guy gets laid? Like, no one thinks that, bro. You think anyone... I'm telling you this right now, bro. Anyone who's not associated with Marvel or DC movies or just doesn't care about watching them, if they see someone wearing, like, superhero costumes, they'll make fun of them, and rightfully so, man. You know, who the fuck are these people, man? Like, why are you dressing up in these costumes thinking you're special, bro? Like, you're legit a fucking low-life retard with nothing better to do in your life, man. Like, you need to find something better to do than worship heroes who only care about their reputation and don't care about saving lives. But yeah, just remember that no Marvel or DC movie is considered a real movie, and these are just theme park rides. And these are just things meant to attract 10-year-old girls who fucking don't know anything, man. And, you know, most of the people that watch superhero movies are kids anyway, that from what I've noticed. And if adults watch it, to me, I just feel like they're not really mature. And yeah, I just don't see the appeal in it, man. Like, even though I love Spider-Man and Batman, like, as characters, like, sure, as characters, they're great. I'm not going to argue that. But as far as who they are morally, and as far as, you know, like, as far as what they believe in and their beliefs and, you know, just the way they talk, I mean, they're both cowards. Especially Spider-Man. Batman, at least, Batman has more balls than Spider-Man. I'll say that. Batman probably has the biggest balls of any superhero I've seen. Him and Deadpool, for sure. But I love Spider-Man too, but even then I can admit he's a coward because, you know, this guy legit talks like a fucking kid, and he says stupid things like, oh, you know, like, drugs are bad, oh, and killing is wrong, all this stupid shit, bro. Like, yeah, but yeah, like, basically, yeah, like, Spider-Man's a pussy, Batman's a pussy, they're all pussies, man. The real heroes are the super villains because they actually have balls. And that's what I'm always going to remember, bro. The only reason I watch superhero movies is to see the portrayal of the villains, because villains are always more interesting than heroes in Marvel and DC movies. And that's because Marvel and DC in general have stupid superheroes, and they have stupid fans who support them no matter what. And you guys suck their cock for no reason, and I don't see any appeal in it, you know. I don't care if anyone watches Marvel or DC movies, like, why the fuck would anyone watching them interest me? Like, no one can watch a movie and then tell me, or no one can, you know, describe a superhero to me and tell me, like, oh yeah, this character right here is a fucking amazing character. Like, this superhero is just such a good person. He likes helping people. You know, he has no flaws. I would love to meet him. Like, dude, why do you care what some stupid superhero is doing with their lives? Or why do you care about meeting them, you know? They don't give a fuck about you. They only care about their reputation. And I'm saying that because I know how selfish people are, and I know how selfish especially superheroes can be, because superheroes are doing what they're doing for attention, man. Why do you think they wear these fucking, you know, like, very colorful or very, you know, just out there costumes? And they do this for a reason, man. They want attention. I mean, real superheroes will not be asking for attention. They will just be doing what needs to be done. But these superheroes, they're fucking idiots. They like taking all the attention and credit, and they're just not worthy people, in my opinion. These people are fucking pussies. They're cowards. And yeah, remember what Martin Scorsese said, and remember that superhero movies are not real movies. They're just amusement park rides and theme park rides targeted for children.
I always wanted to dress up as my favorite hero. And I found out the hard way that sometimes people in the world are misled into believing that this or that is a superhero, but you have these people that talk about the gods and how they compare the gods to like the Flash is like Hermes, and so on. And it's like, well, let me get out of that area, because that could be pretty dangerous. I start spamming some food. So, I mean, it depends on who you listen to. People are always going to be talking shit about everything, and I personally, I don't really care that much about anything that's going on here. I don't see the point in a way. I just don't see the point, because a lot of people, they want to believe that they can do this or that with superpowers and shit. And I'm like, if you could do that with superpowers, if you had superpowers, dude, you'd be set, And so I always go back to that old saying, the proof is in the pudding. If people say, well, I have telekinesis. Well, if you have telekinesis, you can move shit with your mind, and they can't do it. They can't prove shit. They can't prove anything. It's all talk. Blah, 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 blah. That's why when I did that video on telekinesis, I looked around to see if there was anybody that was actually doing it, and it didn't look like they were doing anything like that to me. It didn't look very legitimate to me. And I'm going to heal this guy up. I think that if you focus your intention, you can get a magical effect. I believe that the miracles are just you going through the virtue of your soul to manipulate the world around you energetically. But that's my theory. I can't prove anything, and I'm not going to strive to run around proving anything. That's not my job. Okay? Put that back. Oh, that's a 144. I'm not going to fool with that. What level is that? 98. Oh. It's an 80. It's an 8. fuck with that Rex. I don't think it'll bother with my thing. That bird might bother with me. I could always go in from the top and then just take off. Let's see if this thing's gonna attack my boat or not. Go over here. Oh shit. He might actually be damaging my boat. Oh no, he's not. He's far away. Yeah, he's far away. He's not doing anything. He's gonna kill that fucking... that turtle. He is gonna kill that fucking turtle anyway. Yeah, I mean, I believe in magic because I experienced miracles, and I understand where that came from based on experience, and that's a perspective and an experience that I personally have under my belt. But other people like yourselves would never understand what I felt, what I experienced, how I believe it happened, and why. You just wouldn't believe it, even if I laid it out for you. That's why you have to find your own personal magic, your own superpowers, your own courage, your own strength. You know, I had a lot of problems, but eventually I dealt with it. You know. That thing's getting too close to my boy there. He may have damaged. He may have damaged that. Oh, she's good. She's good. It looks like they didn't damage the boat after all. That's good. Move. Well, I still need some chitin for that saddle. That's the only way I'm going to get it done. Let's see. Yeah, see, he can't see my animals behind the walls, and that's the only reason they're still alive. Or he would have attacked the boat to try to get to them. So that's how those things are. That's why it's important to have walls up and barriers. Once they see you, even if a bird flies over and looks into the top, that bird will attack what's in there. You know, that's why I keep going back and killing as many things as I can. Ooh, that's an opportunity right there. Oh, Okay, it's going for the big one. Oh, I got 30. That's good. It's a level 8. Just wish I could see better. Oh, that's a 292. I'm not gonna fuck with that. 292. Oh, wait. There's... Oh! This guy gave me kite. Oh, it's a 184. Shit, it's never gonna fucking die. I only got 20, but yeah, 20's 20. I'll take it. So like I said, this other one over here, that's too high level. 232. I'll be there all day trying to kill it. Oh, look, it's a baby. I didn't know I had a baby. It's only an 88, though. Alright, so let's see if we have enough to make the saddle and give this guy a parade. I might actually have enough. It just depends. Okay. I do have enough. 50 over, as a matter of fact. So I need hide and fiber. Hide and fiber. Okay. Alright, now let's get this on POS, piece of shit. get some weight on there. Now this bird is weak as hell. But even a weak as hell bird like this one, oh shit, it's gonna be nighttime already. That's not good. Even a weak as hell bird like this one can go ahead and try to do some shit. Thing is, what I heard through the grapevine concerning the last video with Beast Me whatever 99, I heard that the superheroes are like the gods, but they're broken down. Like one only has speed, one only has strength, one only has this. One. It's like they took a god and they broke it down into all these little components and made you worship something that's technically weak. Technically weak. So, supposedly that's the way it is. I'm going to see if I can get some metal real quick. Because I'm out. Oh, this fucking thing never has anything to us. And it's always hanging around. Look, see, that's what I hate about this one. Oh, yeah, see? I land and the fucking thing disintegrates. Wonderful. Anyway, let's see if we can get, I know I have low resolution, but damn, come on. Give me a break. Okay, so this should have weight reduction. Those are wolves. Yeah, anyway, you know, anybody had that kind of power, they'd be in charge on the planet. And the idea is that there are people who are actual gods who are in charge on the planet, and what they do with their power is corrupt. And I met the machine that runs the planet in terms of regulation of evil, you know. Nice. Finally get to get some heavy stuff in here. I'll keep the stone, why not? Now that I got a level 40 weight bird, you know, I'm the richest man in the world. Like I said, you know, even a level 40 weight bird like this can be used to get all kinds of shit. See, I'm already at 600 and something. That's like 300 metal right there. And some stone. Look at that. See? I'm only like a quarter there. So that's why one of the first things you want to tame is an RG. It's like the most utilitarian of all the animals there. Look at that. Boom. Alright, now I'm at half, but I got another nugget here. Let's see if I can get it. It's nice. There's usually gigas and shit up here. It's nice to have a little break from stuff messing with your head, trying to attack you when you're trying to mine. Wouldn't let me write it. Okay, so that's a problem. I don't like it when I can't see. So, where are... Oh shit, I don't like it when I can't see. Now that's the lava cave, so I want to go down this way. There we go. See, I can't see in that fog. Now, technically what you would want to do is, that's some poly. I don't need poly right now. I wish there was other things you could do with poly. But really isn't. It's a level 8 Alpha Rex. That'd be perfect to level this guy up. I don't know if I can do it. I'll try. Unfortunately, a level 8 Alpha Rex is still going to have quite a bit of strength. You can't get up here, can you? Apparently not. Anyway. There was a Giga up here earlier. My question is, where are my indicators? I'm supposed to have indicators over here. You know what I mean? Here's some more metal. I'm trying to mine it before that guy comes down here. Yeah, it's just a weight bird. It can't attack shit anyway. Oh, I'm freezing to death. That's a problem. Alright, we gotta go back home. Right now. I don't want to freeze to death. Might have to move the boat over here. I'm supposed to be able to see all my everything on my boat, but I don't see them. I don't know why. See, there's the boat. I parked it right between the island and the shore. I don't know, why aren't I seeing all the animals? I didn't remove the indicator. Anyway. Let's go ahead. Try to get some more metal because I was really running low on metal. Yeah, I don't get into the esoteric shit anymore. I mean, if you want to do invocation, you can do affirmations. Affirmations is essentially you're speaking your reality into existence. You're getting your mind to truly believe it. And so your natural state will be in that reality, you know, where it doesn't matter if I'm bald, I'm still loved, you know. That sort of shit. Anyway, let's see. Alright guys, it's been an hour and 26 minutes. I'm way over. I think I'm going to stop this video here. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, a good day, wherever you are. Bye-bye.